Mandatory update. Nights.
Y'all ready for this?
We're
gonna get muted, but alright. Please, please. Yeah, please. Enough my appreciation song.
It's alright. Something in singing down the spills.
Wow, you know more than I do.
Yeah.
I ran out.
For this?
Yeah.
We could do the Wild Wild West rap from the
I was
movie
just watching
Wild
that
Wild
movie.
West.
It was on TBS or something.
Jim West,
hang on.
Desperado, Rough Riders.
No, you don't want nada. None of this.
Six gun in this, brother running this, Buffalo Soldier. Look at what I told you.
Any damsel that's in distress, be out of that dress when she meet Jim West.
Yeah, that's where we stopped. Because I don't remember the next part. Justin and Jelmo remembers the next part always. Welcome to the show.
James Williams knows the whole song.
We've started. This is all part of it.
Hang on,
This is all part of it.
This is cool. This is like
this is all part of
Tonight
it.
Show with Jimmy Fallon.
Will
Yeah.
Smith
Laptop too.
raps along to his own entrance music with Getting Jiggy With It. We'll watch this after.
We'll watch that after.
Welcome to Mandatory Update, a veritable who's who of who?
You've done it.
This is Ian Hank.
Hi.
I'm Elise Williams.
I'm Michael Huber.
I'm Kyle
You
Bachman.
introduce your damn selves on this show.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Playing it fast and loose.
Own it.
This is Mandatory Update Nights.
Mandatory Update Nights. We couldn't do a full episode of the show actually like we do this week.
Yeah, what was that?
Because
Second best.
we didn't have Monday, and then I have like a thing tomorrow that I had to go to suddenly.
Okay.
So we can't do it.
Cool.
And like we did write a few jokes, but I hardly wrote any because I've been editing like a fiend all day.
It's been a short, busy week.
It's been an insane week.
But basically, like every show, it's generally like Kyle, Ian, and I write the jokes.
Most of the jokes.
All right,
You mean a regular episode of
Regular
regular
episode
episode.
of Mandatory
All right,
Update.
one
Occasionally
joke
we'll
every
get
6
Dawn
months.
in there. Yeah, you get one in every 6 months.
Yeah.
Dawn will write one sometime.
Matt Blair occasionally
When Don-
wrote a joke.
He's never written a single joke.
Yeah, he's gotten
Has
at
he?
least 2 in.
Oh.
Ben Moore tries, but you usually shut him down.
Ben Moore's
Ben
gotten
Moore-
in more than Blair, for sure.
Don hasn't in a really long time though, because he's
Don's
so busy
so busy
editing.
lately. There are only 2 of us editors, so it gets really busy. But Don, the problem with Don is every time he writes a joke, like he always reads them last
Yeah.
after we've all read ours, and then it's just like, oh shit,
Yeah.
Don has one for this. It's gonna stomp the other ones.
But
Don is a comedic genius.
he is. He's too
Unparalleled.
good. He's too good for this show.
He's too good.
Really. But generally, it's the 3 of us doing like most of it. So
I'd say Huber is most often in the room, at least
Yeah.
listening
Huber's there
and
to
laughing.
laugh.
he comes
Yeah.
to the room.
Yeah,
I do the prompter.
yeah.
He runs the
No,
prompter.
I'm
During
in
the
the
show.
writer's room.
Oh, okay.
When
In
we're
the
running
writer's
through
room, yeah.
jokes.
Oh, okay.
You're there to
Moral
laugh.
support.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's our laugh boy.
I'm there to say nah.
We say, have the boy come around with the
It's
laughs.
frankly uncomfortable when it's just the 3 of us. It really helps a lot.
Because most times we don't laugh, and then there's just a pause, and then someone will just start reading their version of that joke, or Bossman will read something, and then Elise and I will just stare at him, and then I'll go, nah.
Yeah.
Maybe if you wore that fitted long
Yeah.
T-shirt to the
very
Look at
writer's
this!
room,
Look at this outfit.
Very
looking
nice.
good.
Give us a spin,
Whoa.
Bossman. Bossman,
Yeah.
give us a spin.
I'll give you
All right.
18 degrees.
Look at those chesticles.
Oh, look at that. Bossy,
Anyway,
who knew?
as I come around to my point, I've orbited the sun at this point.
At least you're not orbiting yourself. Oh, God.
But so we thought that maybe a fun way to do this episode would be we'll kind of like pitch jokes like we would in the meeting
Yeah.
as we talk about some topics. But it's been a heavy week, so
It's been a ridiculous week.
not that many jokes.
We don't have that many. But
Mine
yeah,
aren't very
normally
good.
Elise will read one saying that they're not very good, and then they'll either will be or won't be, or they'll be kind of pretty good but not that good.
We're still keeping it fast and loose.
Middle of the
and
road.
loose.
And then someone
So to
else
be
will
clear,
read a
this-
joke that's even worse.
This
and
is
then we'll go with
Mandatory
it.
Update Nights.
Yeah.
This is Mandatory Update Nights.
Have we said that out loud yet?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Okay.
We play it fast and loose. It doesn't matter.
We'll
You
put
don't have to
something at the
say
beginning.
things.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
I mean,
don't
if
have
you
to
click
say
it, you're
it.
clicking.
Mandatory Update
Mandatory
Nights.
Update
You know what
Nights.
to
Yeah,
expect.
you saw the massive.
Yeah.
Also, you keep saying that you're the moderator. You talked about how you didn't want to say that anymore, and now you keep
I was
saying
thinking about it more, and then I decided to keep being moderator.
See, we're the anti-you.
Yeah.
Because you're always very rigid, and you have all these like rules that
Yeah.
you impose upon yourself, and we just do whatever.
The show's got no
Words.
rules.
This show has no rules.
And no
hanging
viewers.
And
at
no
this
viewers.
point.
Yeah.
It's probably not entertaining. Yeah.
So let's just get into the meme potatoes here.
here we
Start
go.
talking
Meme
about
potatoes.
All right, here
some
we
of the
go.
news.
Now I'm hungry.
Here's the news.
Link has bested Mario as the top-selling Nintendo amiibo figure in North America. Pikachu is 3rd, Kirby 4th, and Samus 5th. Wait till they get a load of me, said Roy Koopa.
Who was second?
Not a
Mario.
Mario.
It's implied by the beginning of that.
Oh, okay. I missed it.
Okay.
See, this is
Next
what happens.
time, laugh, Hubert. I'm kidding.
The laugh boy's falling down.
Anybody else? So this is how we do a meeting, and then we say, anybody else got one for that?
Yep.
No.
Link has bested Mario as the top-selling Nintendo amiibo figure in North America. Pikachu is 3rd, Kirby 4th, and Samus 5th. In last place, you guessed it, Babar.
Babar. See, this is just going to make us look bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Rossman is going to come out these late 90s cartoon references and just blow us out of the
Are you guys
water.
surprised that Link beat Mario?
No.
That's a good question, actually, for as a topic of discussion.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely surprised Link beat Mario.
But I think that it's not kids buying amiibos, is
It's
it?
weird collectors like
Yeah,
Kyle.
and Damiani.
Yeah,
Maybe
and Ben Moore.
Hyrule Warriors had something to do with it?
Oh.
Maybe. The thing
Oh,
is, like,
because you can use him in that?
if you look at game sales, Mario's beat Link every time.
Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah.
so crazy, is like Link's not, like, game sales-wise a popular character, but like when you actually want a cool thing, he wins.
Yeah. Did anybody here buy
what?
Link?
What?
Did any of you buy Link?
I don't have an amiibo.
I only have Bowser.
I think Ben may have bought a Link.
Ben's trying to buy them all.
Yeah.
He's Pokemoning it.
Yeah,
hunting
he's
them.
Hearthstoning it.
He's
Is
hunting
basically
them.
what he's
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
He needs them all.
That boy's got money management problems.
But to me, that means, hey, you're not making the right Zelda games. That means that, like, Skyward Sword would have sold more if you made a game that people liked. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. That Nintendo's not in the business of making things that people like.
Yeah.
Nintendo's in the business of making things that are almost there.
Here we go.
Nintendo's just in the business.
so good, though. Skyward Sword is so good.
Never played it.
It bums me out so much that
You know
the way it's
how
been
A
received.
lot of fat. Trim the fat.
Never played.
You
Skyward
know how I
Sword.
feel about Skyward
Trim it
Sword.
up.
Kyle.
Cut a couple
Gotta
hours
get
out.
Richard Simmons in there.
Yeah.
Sweat into the oldies.
Yeah. Sweat it out.
Sweat it
Skyward
out,
Sword.
sir.
Nintendo has some other good news, though, because 3DS sales are up after the launch of the new 3DS XL, according to a report entitled Mixed Market Capitalism No Shit.
That's a good joke.
No!
Eyebrow joke right
I think
there.
we would highlight that one.
It's funny
Yeah.
because it has the word shit in it.
Yeah. But, well, my thing is, like, of course sales are up. They just launched a new console. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't sales be up?
Yeah.
Sales are up from previously when we didn't have anything to sell.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, honestly, until looking at this, like trying to come up with a joke, new 3DS XL is a bad name for a product.
Oh yeah, it's
It's-
really confusing because I thought for a second like I thought that the old 3DS XL was the new 3DS XL because it had like the GameStop retro skin on it, and I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
the new one.
No,
And then I was like,
yeah.
wait, it doesn't say new. I mean, it says new down here, but not up here by the name. I hate it.
The new.
New.
You know what's weird about like iPads and stuff? They just don't even bother.
Yeah.
yeah.
How do you tell which one's which?
Has 3DS essentially become like an iPhone? Like you
Yeah.
Yeah.
just
Oh.
generations?
iPhone still has
God.
names though. The iPads are just like iPad.
iPhone 5, iPhone 6. That's what
You're right.
the
My iPhone
3DS.
does have a name. I just
The
don't, I don't even know what
iPad
it is,
doesn't
to be
though. I
honest.
think it's like iPad Retina, but it's still iPad.
Oh.
Isn't there an iPad Air though?
Yeah.
iPad Air.
Which you just use it to slice like produce.
So what's so funny about this is like there's an Apple podcast that's fast and loose right now.
Really?
Wow.
Where they're trying to determine like what the 3DSs are, and they're having the hardest time figuring that out.
I can't figure
I
it
thought
out.
you were serious.
But they totally know.
Yeah.
Omar picked up Ben Moore's new 3DS XL, and he goes, "This is the black one," and I'm like, "No, it's the new black one." Because they're new
That's the
black,
color.
new blue, and new
Are they-
red.
Oh
Are those
my
really
The
the
colors
The
are
color's
called
new black.
new black,
Yeah.
new
Oh my
blue,
God.
and new red.
Well,
And it doesn't look black; it's like gunmetal.
if
Not
you guys
fun.
could
I'm
have,
like, that's the new black.
if you could have bought one of the 3DS,
New black is the new
the new
orange.
3DSs as opposed to the new 3DS XL, would you have?
Wait,
What?
How's the
What's the
scenario
So
work?
the new
The
3DS,
title is such that we can't even understand
Yeah,
a
I don't even
question
know what's
being
happening
asked
right
about
now.
the thing.
the new 3DS is not available in North America.
Right.
Only the
Oh,
new
yeah.
3DS XL.
Got it,
Right.
got it,
So if
got
you
it.
could have bought one of the themed new 3DSs, would you?
You couldn't have given me a new 3DS.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Wait a minute.
I
You
wouldn't
can't
have even accepted it.
in America.
I
You
want
can't
no
get the
part.
one with the cool stuff.
No,
like the cool
and,
button
and
colors.
Nintendo says
Right.
the different price
That's
points.
the only reason to buy it.
They say the different price points give it a clear message for consumers. The core audience, we weren't going to win with them on that decision, but we had to think about expanding the user base. We had to be able to market it and make it easy to pick up for consumers. I have no idea what that means. That doesn't
Does that mean
explain at all.
we named this thing really confusingly, so we just decided in America to have one product so people don't get really confused? Is that
Yes.
what that means?
Yeah, that is what that means.
So basically that's like them saying, we're dumbass idiots.
No, and America likes everything big. So they're like, oh,
True.
we'll just give them the XL. It's
Trucks.
America.
I would rather have
Yeah.
a larger screen than a print on my
yeah.
console.
Why not both? That's the stupidest
Yes,
thing. Like
yeah,
Nintendo,
that is.
stop being dumb. Give us a big screen with cool buttons.
Give me the
Well,
GameCube adapter, Nintendo.
Ho!
higher price point though, the XL, right?
Yes.
So then maybe they think that people wouldn't be inclined to buy a more expensive patterned console, but they would spend the money on themed, cheaper consoles.
know.
It's a scam.
I'm tired of talking about Nintendo. This isn't GT time.
It really it does bum me out.
Next story, the winning bidder of Sony's limited edition 20th anniversary PlayStation 4 backed out from paying the approximate $129,000 US dollars he owes. Said Ben Moore, "Does anyone have $129,000 I can borrow? I can pay you back in smiles." Picking on Ben.
Or Hearthstone
We-
cards.
That's always a good route, I think.
That
Uh,
is a good route.
It feels cheap at this point.
It is. Well, also, like, we're never going to expand our audience if we just keep making
I
inside
know,
jokes about our
I
staff.
consider that, but again, a
But
weak
it's-
week.
it's-
It's been a
yeah,
weak
it's a
week.
re-
To me, it's like how Conan always used to do Kirstie Alley jokes.
What about Walker,
Yeah.
Texas Ranger?
And it's like, hey, make fun of anyone else, but like it's kind of funnier in that he just kept poking at her.
Yeah.
Fun anecdote. I was in the aquarium in Chicago, the Shed Aquarium, and we were in the whales section. They have beluga whales or something, and I bumped into Kirstie Alley in there, and this was back
What?
when she was larger.
Oh, God.
And without thinking, I went up to my friend and I go, "Oh, dude, Kirstie Alley is over in the whales section," and he just starts laughing, and I was like, "Oh no,
Oh,
but
my-
she really is."
But she was cool about it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Kirstie Alley.
she
she's
seems like a
cool.
real peach. What a pip! That's what Fester says about his mom,
Yeah.
his fake mom, Dr. Pinterschloss,
Adam's Family Values.
in Adam's Family 1.
And values they've
Values
just
is the
accepted.
wife.
at
Oh,
that's
that
right,
point.
that's right.
He's
right.
already ingrained into
That's
the
right, his
family.
mother
he
and-
got his
and-
amnesia
What's,
fixed by the
uh,
book lightning at the end of the first one.
His mother's friend's name?
What?
Eddie or someone's his mother's friend?
Oh, the accountant guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Ah.
I had
Wait.
one for this.
I'm sorry, fast and loose. It was my understanding that that was never the real Fester. And
No,
like,
he's the real Fester. He actually did get amnesia.
Yes.
And the lightning that hits him at the end from the book gives him all his memories back. They kind of just like exposition it away with dialogue at the end. They're like, "Hey, it's a good
man.
thing that book gave you your memories back, huh, Uncle Fester?" And he's like, "Sure is, kids. Haha. Do the light bulb thing." And he's like, "Okay."
that's so funny. Okay.
Yeah, but like it's clear that it's him because he knows the mamushka.
Mm-hmm.
Like he knows things that he couldn't possibly know unless he was Fester. He just forgot it all.
Yeah, all right.
I don't remember if it was actually. I think the Bermuda Triangle thing is true. Like she did find him like floating in the kelp.
Okay. That makes sense.
Like so, I think
Floating
the trail.
in the
That's
kelp.
the thing. The best lies are based on truth. You just change.
I had
a
a
few
hard
things.
time getting that movie, I think.
It's a complex movie
saw it when I
about
was way
human.
too young.
I was really
Yeah.
lucky because I had like the tie-in, like 30-page children's book.
And that really spelled
Accompanying it.
everything
That-
out.
Yeah, that kind of answered some
Wasn't there a game on
unanswered questions I
Genesis?
had.
I don't know. I had one for this.
All right.
Okay.
Lay it on us.
The winning bidder of Sony's limited edition 20th anniversary PlayStation 4 backed out from paying the approximate $129,000 he owes and murdered a child, a little Japanese child. Sony still plans to donate the same amount to the Save Children Japan charity.
I lost it.
The winning bidder of Sony's limited edition 20th anniversary PlayStation 4 backed out from paying the approximate $129,000 he owes. Sony still plans to donate the same amount of money to the Save the Children Japan charity. So to be frank here, this is just a huge win for the trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's just the truth.
It's just the truth.
So here's what you do. You just bid a ridiculous amount of money on an auction, a charity auction. You say, I can't pay it. And then Sony still has to donate that much money.
And then also think of the person who bid like 128
Do they have
100,000. Like
Yeah.
they would have paid it.
yeah.
to? Do they go to the next
No,
bidder?
that's the thing. Like, how do auctions work? Because I know if you're at like Christine's or whatever that big auction house,
Christie's.
aren't you like legally
Yeah.
beholden to pay what
Yes.
you bid?
Yeah, that's what's stupid about like internet auctions.
Yeah.
Like eBay.
It's like on Friends when Joey got the boat.
It's just like what?
What happened in
Yeah.
Friends?
We don't
Joey
watch
got the
Friends
boat?
anymore. That
No,
was
Friends is
so long
over.
ago.
That ship has sailed.
Joey bits on the boat.
What does he name the boat?
Chandler,
Probably.
probably.
Other Sony news, Sony reassured fans that Team Eco is still developing The Last Guardian, despite it being listed by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office as abandoned. By that logic, I guess you could say that I'm still developing that fetus.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Is that an abortion
That
joke?
got
Holy
dark.
cow.
Jesus.
Let me ask you something here.
Nice.
Off the record. Have you
No,
ever had
you
an abortion?
can't ask that off the record.
Huh?
You can't ask that.
Off the
I can't
record.
ask if
Oh
you've
no, of
ever had
course
an
I
abortion.
haven't. I'm probably barren.
Yeah.
You always say that. Are you actually married?
Inhospitable environment.
Inhospitable
Come see, come
environment?
saw. Let's go on here. Do you guys
Wait, I've
think
got
that
one
was a
for
bold
that.
joke, Elise.
Thanks.
That's
Yeah, that's a funny one.
yeah.
I got a not good one,
Okay.
if you want to hear that. The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office listed The Last Guardian as abandoned, but Sony confirmed to several outlets that they got the trademark back because, quote, we just love messing with people.
I like it.
I bet Mark Cerny was
Yeah.
like, just tell him Last Guardian's still
Yeah,
going.
just tell them it's still going. They'll believe you.
I think it's funny that Ian, in writers' rooms, he always has like the really morbid, depressing jokes, but like once in a while, he'll get that quick, jolly one like that one. Those are always my favorite.
That was not a jolly one.
I
Yeah.
like it. I like it.
Okay. So hypothetically, if we were writing the episode now, that's the one
I
I
would say
give
that one. I like
You'd
it.
go with mine?
You wouldn't go with my abortion joke?
I'd go with her abortion joke.
It's pretty
That's a
extreme.
good quality.
That's a quality abortion
joke.
joke.
Yeah.
It's a little intense.
Too intense.
Little intense.
Do you guys think this is all just like lip service, or that is The Last Guardian actually going to happen? I think
Yeah,
it's-
absolutely. Don't worry about it.
I think I think here's the thing though, like we've been waiting for this game for what? 11 years? 10 years?
It
10
can't.
years.
It can't possibly live up. It can't possibly be good enough.
Yeah, it will.
It's like this fictional like
It's a
ideal
fucking
woman
unicorn.
I have in my mind. No one's ever going to be good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll die alone.
It's
The
good-
best case scenario is that it's just a really good game.
It's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna. You know, my fear is they've been working on this thing for 10 years. So like, unless they're literally just shelving it and going back to the drawing board every like 3 years, this is gonna be the most outmoded, like terrible. Like the mechanics are gonna be like Eco or Shadow of the Colossus, which are amazing games, but they're dated as hell now. If you like, I mean, I think they're both still eminently playable, but like.
You're right.
If that
Climate
game came out
Colossus
right
is still
now,
a little jaggedy. Yeah.
We'd be like, ugh. That's my fear. Like, Last Guardian's gonna come out. It's gonna look incredible because the graphics. They'll keep upgrading the texture pack, so it'll run on the PS4 and it'll have like really good bloom. But the gameplay mechanics are gonna be so old.
The best way to avoid the overhype is like what I do with The Last Guardian. Anytime I see anything related to it, I ignore it. That game does not exist until I'm holding
Right.
the retail copy in my hands. They can say it's coming out in a week. I won't even believe them. I won't even listen. Shuei can come to my house, wake me up in the morning, say, yo, it's coming out tomorrow. I will shoo him out of my house, no pun
You'll
intended.
Shuhei him out of your house.
Until I'm holding it in my hands, I don't even care.
Wow.
You know what I hope they
Wow.
do? You know what I hope they do? E3.
Yeah.
They just come out on the press conference. They do all this stuff,
Just
all this
release
stuff.
it.
They end it on some stupid ass Call of Duty bullshit that no one cares about, but they treat it like it's some big deal, like they do every freaking year. And then literally that weird mobster guy at the end just goes,
Sean Layden?
yeah.
Okay.
He goes, oh yeah, Last Guardian, get it right now on PSN. It's $19.95.
Just drop it.
it's just out.
Then I'd scream.
No one's
I would
ever,
scream.
no one has ever talked about it. They PT that bitch.
Yeah.
What if they were like,
Say
get it
it's-
online?
Say it's the new Silent Hills demo.
Yeah.
And it's Last Guardian.
What if they did the same thing, but they were like, get it online right now for $99.95?
Yeah, I'd actually
$100.
prefer that.
Yeah,
$100?
Yeah,
I don't want a $20 version of that game.
I wouldn't pay it.
I would.
You would, Ian.
I would.
I think you would.
Okay.
I said you
Oh,
would.
oh.
You would.
I'd wait to see if it was $100 freaking dollars.
I would be actually really bummed if it comes out as a $20 game.
Really?
Yeah.
Downloadable
Yeah.
only?
Yeah.
All right, what about this? What about this? It's out right now.
Yeah.
PSN Plus for free.
Oh, I see. That kind of changes it.
Lower
But it's
the
a
stakes.
it's a $60 game, but for the next week, if you have PlayStation Plus, you get it for free.
I'm going to unsubscribe from PS Plus and give them $60. And then resubscribe.
Anytime I think of that game, I think of the game Linger in Shadows
Yeah.
for
What is
no
that?
reason.
What is that game?
It was
One of
the
the
weird
early
art
motion
games that
control.
came out on yeah.
Oh,
You didn't
man.
need motion
I don't know
control.
yeah.
why I think of that.
That was like
Yeah.
a demo scene.
Yeah, I feel like last
Yeah.
Guardian
It was
just
like there was
gave
like a
me that.
spat
Yeah.
Just some
of
weird tech demo.
weird art games that came out on the PS3 when it first came out. There were like 4 of them.
Yeah.
Linger in Shadows,
Linger in
and then
Shadows.
Detuned. I
Dude,
think
Linger in
was one of
Shadows
them.
is awesome.
Yeah,
It's
it's
got the
cool.
Basset Hound and everything.
Yeah,
it's
so
fun.
weird.
Stream
You just
it.
float around.
We should stream it.
We
That'd
should
be so
stream
fun.
it.
It'd take like 15 minutes full playthrough Friday. 6:15. You're like, all right, see you later.
Epic Games has announced its Unreal Dev Grants program, a fund that will subsidize developers working with Unreal Engine 4. The plan is to distribute a total of $5 million in amounts ranging from $5,000 to $50,000. Epic's founder Tim Sweeney says that even Kickstarter campaigns aren't enough for struggling indie devs, so he's glad to help how he can. He had more to say, but was quickly tackled by Peter Molyneux, or as we know him, the Hamburglar of video games.
Yeah. That's great.
I feel bad because I think we should stop picking on Peter Molyneux. I'm kind of
When did we start?
We started.
We
well,
pick on Jonathan
I
Blow.
was just gonna say,
Yeah,
Jonathan
well, we picked on him
Blow.
last week because of him backing off from press with God
Here's
with
the thing.
Goddess because he
Here's
can't
the
meet
thing.
Kickstarter
You
obligations.
do ridiculous shit, and we're gonna make fun of you for it. That's
And
how
Jonathan
it works.
Blow is honestly like irrelevant fun. You know what I mean? He's not actually getting tacos from anyone.
Right.
Yes.
And Jonathan Blow, like with Jonathan Blow, I just want to, if it's not clear, we make fun of Jonathan Blow because we love
They
him
love
and we
Yes.
love his
Jonathan
games.
Blow. Love.
Or so
Molyneux
far
on
his
the other
games.
hand.
Molyneux is ridiculous and all his games are bad.
Yeah. Well,
Like
I still,
none of those
did
games.
you guys see Tim Schafer's video that he put out where he said he defended him and said we need to stop kind of giving
Tim
Peter
Schafer's
Molyneux
a
a hard
sweetheart.
time? He is. But he's like, he's like, when I did my Kickstarter, people gave me flack because then Broken Age ended up being split into 2 parts. But he still released a game, and he is confident that Peter Molyneux will fulfill his obligations.
Here's the thing. Like,
I wouldn't have. Tim Schafer shouldn't have confidence
yeah,
in Peter Molyneux.
there's no reason to have confidence
Is
in,
part
in
two out yet?
anyone
No.
else besides
No.
yourself. But like I learned in middle school, like if you make yourself a target, they're just gonna keep teasing you. Like if you get upset, that's what the bullies want. That's what Mandatory Update wants.
Yeah.
We want you to get upset so we can keep making fun of you. But if you're just like, yeah, I fucked it up. I didn't make that guy a god in my game or whatever. It's all things are really crazy back here. It's really hard. It's like you're talking about a GT10. Like if you're just straight up about it,
Yeah.
then no one will have a problem. Like,
So-
it's a non-issue. It's like the whole North Korea thing with the interview. They made that movie huge
Yeah.
Yes.
by freaking out about it. Otherwise, that movie would have come and gone, and it probably would have made its money back, but no one would have given a shit.
So how should Peter Molyneux have handled this?
He should have been like, yeah, we should have done the guy with the thing, but everything's fucked up back behind the scenes. Like we're struggling, we don't have a lot of money. Like I made a mistake,
Yeah.
you know,
Own
and
up.
then no one will care. It'd be a non-issue. It'd go away.
Kyle,
Peter
do you-
Molyneux.
Do you think he's a scrub? Do you think he's ever going to fulfill this Kickstarter?
No, I mean, they've fired people. They have
Yeah.
fewer people working on that game now than they did when they started it.
And some people just inexplicably left,
Yeah,
too.
right. I'm not sure they fired people. I
No,
shouldn't have
I
said
think
that.
I think it was both.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. You can make mistakes on this show.
Okay, cool.
Feel free. We encourage it.
Yeah,
Sorry, go on.
we don't count on anything being true.
I think he's in like.
It's all lies.
When I was reading the interview with Rock Paper Shotgun, I was thinking of myself in his shoes, and then I was like, I would. He's doomed. Peter Molyneux's doomed. He's in a situation he can't get out of right now.
Well, I didn't read that article, but from what you were telling me or saying about it, is like it sounded very like antagonistic.
Yeah.
And to me, like, that's just dirty pool. Dirty pool, old man.
What's dirty pool?
It's
What is
another Addams Family reference. But
Dirty.
don't worry about it. But yeah, it just seems like keep it above board anyway. Like if you're gonna interview Peter Molyneux, don't be a dick to him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
the thing. Like I like respecting people, but I'm still gonna make jokes about it.
Yeah.
I never mean anything I say.
I don't
know.
I think we try not to kick people when they're
Right.
down.
Yeah. I think
Like Peter Molyneux right now.
Like Peter Molyneux,
Yeah.
that piece of shit. Who
Like I just called him the
made a bunch of mistakes.
hamburgler of gaming.
Hamburglar of
I don't
gaming.
mean it.
That's
The
soft.
worst day of
That's
his
nice.
life.
That's
the Hamburglar of gaming.
Yeah.
That like contains the air of.
I just
of
picture
humor.
Peter with a black mask just covering his eyes and a black and white striped shirt, and he's got a bag full of games or Kickstarter money.
Do a
that
Molyneux
he's-
impression. What's he
I
sound
don't
like?
know how to do a Peter Molyneux impression. I don't honestly.
Do Keira Knightley.
Say
Look
Robble
at-
Robble. Do that voice of Robble
Rubble,
Robble.
rubble.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Do your Keira Knightley. Look at this. It's perfect.
I can't have love actually.
She sticks out her bottom teeth and it's perfect.
Is that a line in the movie? I can't have love, actually?
No.
Absolutely, it's in that movie. Love Actually.
movie.
Fun fact.
like
Actually, a decent movie.
I like it.
Yeah, I like love, actually.
It has a few issues, which we'll talk about next time.
It's got
Oh.
on
Liam Neeson.
Manager
Will we?
Nights. I don't know.
Do Christoph Waltz.
Do you have a Christoph Waltz impression that you do too?
No.
I think everyone should do their
Do Christoph Waltz.
Oh, Ian, it's great to be here on Mandatory Update. As a young Austrian, I dreamed of being on a video game news show. It's not good. But
I love it.
It's distinct, though.
It's a choice.
I just
Yeah.
saw Taron
Up and up.
Killam's SNL impression of him, and that's basically what I steal.
Sometimes it's, for me anyway, it's easier to base my impressions, not that I do many, but like, or if I'm trying to do an accent or whatever, I can't do it from listening to like a Scottish person speaking Scottish, but then with an accent I mean, but then if I hear a friend doing it, then I'm like, oh, that's how you do it.
Do you have a celebrity impression you can do well?
I'm hit
do
or
good
miss with the
walk-in.
walk-in, yeah. Sometimes I'm okay, sometimes I'm not good at all.
Do you have one besides Sam Lake?
Sam Lake.
bet you do.
I was working on Stanley this week.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Stanley's a really tough one. I've been listening to him. Stanley says
so you actually work on these.
Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Doesn't say the doesn't hit this Excelsior! I didn't get that or right. I can't nail it. It's super, super hard. I've been trying.
Yeah, it's more of a
It's a
and
you quiver on certain words. It's like it's really nobody has a good Stan Lee because it's like only Stan Lee speaks like Stan Lee. It's like
it's like a community of people trying to nail.
greetings, true believers. Excelsior! I'll get it.
That was
I
good.
still pretty
I swear
good.
I
Greetings, True
did it.
Believers was really good.
Yeah.
Maybe someday you'll win an Academy Award like me.
I wish I could do a Jeff Goldblum. That'd be the one.
Yeah, AJ
That'd be
Locascio does
AJ
it.
does a good. Yeah. Yeah.
was
You
a
just
really
have
good
to.
one.
Looks like old Spidey's in a cookie creepy. I'll get it.
Maybe we can hear what Stan thinks about this news.
Ooh,
According
this is how you do
segue.
transitions.
That's
It's
a
really
good segue.
man.
Good job.
According to a new report from Bloomberg Business, Harmonix is developing a new Rock Band game for Xbox One and PS4. A rep from Harmonix elusively addressed the rumor, saying that although they love speculation about the future of the franchise, there's nothing to announce at this time. Those sources say they're preparing to thaw out Steven Tyler. Fuck, I gotta start again.
Just
Start
start
out-
from there.
I'll start
Thaw
from there.
out.
Those sources say they're preparing to thaw out Steven Tyler's corpse any day now.
Is that the Aerosmith guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liv
Damn it.
Tyler's dad?
It was too long of a joke.
Yeah, that one I got confused.
But
Trim the
Steve,
fat.
I feel like Aerosmith is so entrenched in Rock Band, and you think
Oh,
of
yeah,
when you think of
okay,
douchey
now I
stuff about
see.
Rock Band, you think Aerosmith and that.
You know what I like about this?
Wait a minute.
Sorry.
I love this idea. Sorry.
What idea do you love?
I'm just quoting Steven Tyler from Rock and Roller Coaster in Hollywood Studios Disney World.
Go on, Kyle.
So there's like a video while
There's a
you're waiting
video
in
of
line?
them, and you're in the you're like guests at the studio, and then that lady that's in everything comes in, and she's like, "Oh, we gotta go to the concert. The concert's starting." And then one of the stoned out of his mind guitarist is like, "Hey, what about all these people, man? Can't we take them with us?" And then she goes, I don't know. And then Steven Tyler goes, wait a minute. I love this idea.
He makes the loser?
No, he doesn't make loser. It's just these fingers. He goes,
Okay.
wait a minute. I love this idea. Let's get it. And then he just like leaves. And then she's like, and then she calls someone and she's like, okay, hey, Leo, I'm going to need a stretch limo. In fact, make it a super stretch. Okay, we'll meet you there or whatever. And then she leaves, and then she's like, okay, get ready, everyone. You're going to go with us to the show. But then you go onto the ride, and it's like on this highway in L.A. It's set in L.A., even though it's in Florida. And then they're on the radio. The concert is starting, so we're late. And they're like, the highways are totally clogged up. Here's that concert that you're missing, haha. And then it's really cool because it's synced to the music. I mean, the music's whatever. They're playing like Dude Looks Like a Lady or whatever. But it's like 3, 2, 1. And then the ride, it's an impulse launch coaster. So it just goes, pah! And it's pretty cool because it's synced to the music.
Do you ever get inside the concert?
No, you arrive at the backstage. The gift shop is like the backstage area of the concert, I think.
Convenient.
Let's all work on Steven Tyler impressions. So that's pretty good. Like, you had mannerisms there, but I feel like you were trying to do his voice.
He probably does this
he goes, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
I think he goes,
I love this idea.
You do like, wait a minute, Steven Tyler. You gotta like,
Wait a minute.
little of this, little that,
Wait a minute.
little that.
I love this idea.
Wait
a minute. It's
There you
lower.
go,
His
yeah.
voice is like, wait a minute.
Tyler,
I love this.
Where's Arwen?
Hello, everyone. Welcome
Liv.
to American Idol. I'm a host.
Yeah. Liv, I loved you in that Lord of the Rings movie. You did such a great job. Okay, I'll see you. And then he just leaves.
But what I want to know,
I'm your daddy. I'm your dad. I love you. Wow.
When's your birthday again?
When's your birthday? Who's your mom?
he didn't know that she was his daughter for like 20 years.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
But her name is Liv Tyler.
Well, she identified with someone else as her father. She didn't learn until she was like a young adult that Steven Tyler.
But her last name was Tyler?
No.
So she switched so that she could get famous.
I
That was
guess.
a good idea.
Uh,
That's a
what
good
I
call.
want to know though, does Stan Lee think that there will be any like actual excitement for another Rock Band game on current new gen?
Killed it.
Okay.
Killed the momentum of the episode.
How would Stanley...
He'd say, what's Rock Band?
Stanley, I think, always comes from a place of excitement, but it's always very rehearsed. I've never heard him like just do a natural interview. I think he goes low when he's doing a natural interview, just like, what? Oh man, creepy, kooky. I can't.
I'm watching
Those are
you
like
squirm.
Those are like the you like kind of like find words to hinge onto with an impression. You know what I mean?
You don't have to do it.
Looks
But
like,
what would Keira Knightley think?
Spidey's in a pickle this time.
Have you ever seen Mallrats?
Yeah, I guess he gives advice, but even then, it's just
You
like.
see that married couple down there? He does something like
There
that.
we go. We got a little Stanley over there.
Which
Wait,
movie is it? Rat Race, where goddamn that biker who took steroids and had testicular cancer.
Armstrong.
It's
Lance Armstrong.
He's in
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball. Yes.
At the end, he shows up
Yeah.
at like the airport
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah.
And he tells him like great advice.
Yeah.
Or no, he like troll advices him. He's like, well, you know, if I'd given up, I wouldn't have won 3 gold medals and the whatever. And then he just pieces
Yeah.
or something. And, yeah. Anyway, what would Keira Knightley think about Rock Band?
I still have the guitars. Are they cross-compatible?
That is what she was saying. She probably has some old Rock Band
do
guitars.
still have all the Rock Band equipment. And will it be
mouth hurts
cross-compatible?
just
No, they're
from
going to make us buy all new instruments if they. Are you guys
but
excited for this?
William-
Would you buy this?
No.
No, not at all. Rock Band's over. Harmonics, stop.
If I was in college, yeah.
Yeah.
If I
What's
had a bunch
the-
of roommates and
I don't
stuff.
know how that get them to generate excitement. Like, how would you? Let's say we're on that team.
You have exclusive, unreleased music from someone big. You get like
You get
some
Avenged
Taylor Swift,
Sevenfold.
Rihanna,
Katy Perry,
you get
something.
Rihanna.
That's the only place you can hear that music.
Dude, that'd be so expensive.
That'd be
Yeah.
crazy.
They would never make that cost back. That's a
throwing
good
it out
idea,
there.
though.
That's a good idea. That's what
That's a good
DJ Hero
idea.
did actually. Had like original remixes and things like that.
It's
That made it a
easier with
little
a
exciting.
remix.
Yeah.
But like, are they gonna make people buy another $300 instrument bundle?
I think your old stuff will work because
Yeah.
it's all USB.
You'd have to buy maybe a
Hub or something?
Hub, yeah.
They'll definitely sell new stuff though.
There's no way that they're gonna make you re-buy a drum set and think that they're gonna make money.
I definitely liked Guitar Hero guitars more though.
Oh yeah,
Band
the Guitar Hero
are so-
guitars
Yeah.
were way more solid.
Yeah.
I remember Guitar Hero was in college, like you said, and we were like halfway through some drunken party, and I was like, all right, fine. I had like no money because I was in college, but I biked to Best Buy, bought a guitar, the Guitar Hero, and then came back and we played 2-player. It was great.
Nice. I remember
That-
the 80s one was really fun.
That one clicks. That guitar clicks. That's
Yeah.
really important.
Feedback,
Rock Band's just like
haptic,
a
not haptic.
Yeah.
I do like the solo buttons.
The little tiny.
Oh yeah, those
keys.
are
Yeah,
fine.
on the
They,
Rock
they
Band.
just feel so plasticky. Those guitars.
Yeah.
The Rock Band ones. It feels like you're gonna break them. The early Rock Band guitars were solid.
So you know what,
remember I
harmonics,
had,
just forget about it. Just put it,
Yeah.
put them back in the.
I remember I had
Put
to
it to bed.
capture footage for Rocksmith. It
Oh,
was like
yeah.
some hardcore,
Is that the one with the actual
real guitar.
Yeah.
Never played guitar in my life.
My
I'm trying to
husband plays
capture
that
for
all
this
the
game.
time.
It's
And he's like,
I don't know.
he's learning how to play guitar though.
Well,
which
he
is what's
knew
cool.
how to play guitar, but now
Yeah.
he uses it.
James can
where
play
he just
guitar,
wants to practice.
too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
God.
cool.
He took
What
a
an
class
Adonis.
in college, and I was like, "What American college offers guitar classes?"
All of
What a
them.
man.
Mine did. I
Yeah.
took piano classes
Jeez.
in college.
This
and
is
That's
America.
the dream.
The only
Yeah.
thing James Williams hasn't done is star in an action movie. That's
Let's
That's the
put him
next
in an
step.
action.
that's
That's
it. Once
next
he's in
step.
an action movie, it's over.
Excelsior!
Right.
I got the
So
Tiger
I'm
Rain
I'm
bits.
almost out of
Pardon me.
jokes.
What's the next one?
Paranormal Activity, the game that was the center of controversy last October when its creator tweet threatened to kill Gabe Newell, is back on Steam. This time the game is listed as the Deluxe Atonement Edition. For $9.99 you can get the original game, a new level, item, and weapon. If you've got a few extra bucks to spend after, you can purchase our new DVD. Mandatory update. Sorry everybody, we didn't mean it. We were really hungry at the time. Oh jeez.
Is that a dig on me because I get angry?
You get
sometimes when I'm-
hangry.
Oh, okay, I get
I
that.
get hangry.
Does anybody else have a joke for
I wrote
that?
one for this.
Oh.
It's,
Wow.
it's a long, weird one. Let's see. Paranautical Activity, the game that was at the center of the controversy last October when its creator tweet threatened to kill Gabe Newell, is back on Steam. This time the game is listed as the Deluxe Atonement Edition. For $9.99 you can get the original game, a new level, and send weird surveillance photographs of Gabe Newell to Gabe Newell. Like, really weird. Like, from inside his house. And every time you buy this game, the developer sends him a new one. And they're like sometimes like Gabe should be able to see the camera, but he doesn't. Like, how is this guy getting these photos? Reports say it's really freaking Gabe out.
I like it.
It's a good joke.
It's one of those where I just kept writing.
Last week's episode, when was the decision made to not include music?
In the edit room, we were just like, hey, should we put music on this? I was like, maybe we should try new music. And then we
Well-
were just kind of like, let's try it without it.
I remember the first when we were like planning how Mandatory Update was going to work. We
Yeah.
had a conversation about music.
Yeah.
And you were like, maybe see it without music because like
Yeah.
SNL they don't
Yeah.
have music,
The
right?
benefit SNL has
They
is
have a
laughter.
laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we need to
That's
have
what's
music.
missing. I think we need music, yeah. I think it feels too hollow without it.
Do a laugh track.
Laugh track
Yeah.
would kill, but it would be so
Oh,
hack.
yeah.
It'd be so,
So,
hack.
and nobody got time
It'd be
for that.
really fun.
we contemplated a long time ago making a laugh track that was just built
just
of
us?
our laughter.
That'd be
That was
so
the
bizarre.
two of us. Yeah, that was the two of us laughing.
But you know
no-
what? The awards show?
The
where
award show,
It works really well.
Yeah.
where we
Man.
laughed at our own stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's what we really do this all for.
To amuse
Just to
ourselves.
amuse ourselves. What's it? You got?
I'm kind of running out of
You got
jokes
a
that
jokes?
are tied to interesting stories. So
Did
do
you
you
have
guys
another one?
have any jokes
I've
that
got one left.
I got one left too.
Read yours.
Okay. Todd McFarlane has given his blessing for Spawn to join games like Mortal Kombat or Injustice Gods Among Us. Me too, said Tom Wilson, creator of Ziggy. You can put Ziggy in anything, please.
Please. God, I hate Ziggy.
Ziggy's
When I was
the
a kid,
worst.
when I was a kid, I had like it was one of those things that just made me like angry to
Yeah.
think about.
Yeah.
Fucking Ziggy.
Yeah.
Also, do you write your jokes in Word?
Yes. So
just
I'll
read 'em in an email.
I'll grab them out of Lisa's email, throw them into Word, and then write.
I just open a new email
I write 'em
window
into
because I have to
Word.
email them to her anyway.
Yeah.
Well, what I do is I write all of the stories out in Word and then copy and paste them in an email to you guys. So I have the Word.
Yeah.
The word.
I got the Word.
I really want a new.
I love that Ziggy joke.
Yeah.
Well, what's hilarious is he's like, yeah, they're going to
Yeah.
use Spawn. I gave him permission to use it in anything they want. Like,
Yeah.
nobody wants Spawn
Yeah, I was
anymore,
like,
Todd
good for
McFarlane.
you, man.
McFarlane will allow it.
Yeah,
Like,
the
what?
McFarlane.
McFarlane.
The Farlane.
Mighty Max.
Too far.
Dude, you remember Mighty Max?
They should put Mighty Max.
I had one of those little
Virgil
Mighty
Norman.
Max. Although I kind of
Miss it.
preferred Polly Pockets.
Polly Pocket's also really cool. What was cool is I had a
Polly
sister
Pockets
2
and
years
Mad
older than I
Max.
am.
So
So
you
like
just
we
play with
had
both.
we had both
Yeah,
simultaneously.
I had
that
a
was
little
awesome.
sister, so we played with both.
Yeah.
So, would you guys give a shit if Spawn was a character in any of the games
Awesome. I love Spawn.
that you like?
Spawn would be cool in Mortal Kombat, but he
He's
wouldn't
super
fit
cool.
in anything else.
He's already been in Soul Calibur.
Well,
is
now
the
they're
issue.
talking
really?
about
Yeah.
Predator. You saw that, right?
Predator is a way better fit
Predator
for
in
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
And they
Yeah.
already had like Freddy Krueger
Let's
in
get Alien in there,
MK9 as
Xenomorph.
DLC.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if a Xenomorph was
They
in
should
it?
put
That'd be
Alien.
really stupid,
They should
though.
put Alien, Queen, a Predator, and Freddy and Jason Voorhees.
And fucking
And you got
Sigourney
it all.
Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver.
Not Ripley.
Yeah.
Just Sigourney Weaver.
That'd be really cool.
As herself, because she's a
Pencil
badass.
skirts.
Yeah.
She's the greatest.
Yeah.
She's a badass.
Yeah, she is.
If Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment has Spawn to use whatever they want with, I wouldn't put it in Mortal Kombat. I'd put it in special DLC for Mordor. How cool would that be?
Mordor?
Yeah.
As like an orc?
Spawn?
Yeah, you got to go fight
That's
Spawn.
actually kind of cool.
That would break the world so hard.
Yeah. That's why it's DLC. You have the choice if you want to break the world or not.
This is white paint.
I'm not into it.
You're not into fighting Spawn in Mordor?
No.
Well, all right, what game would you
Dude,
put him in? You're Warner Brothers
the
Interactive
combat system
Entertainment.
in Mordor was boring.
I would make a Spawn game.
Okay.
Too much work. No one would buy it.
I think I don't
John
know where Spawn
Leguizamo.
is.
Get John Leguizamo in that game, and you got a deal.
Remember the HBO cartoon?
Yeah.
Spawn?
Yeah.
Yeah, vaguely. Yeah.
It's amazing.
All those weird like Aeon Flux, like that generation of animation makes me really uncomfortable. Like everything's like it's like Uncanny Valley, where like the people all look
Yeah.
like weird like men.
Yeah.
It's weird. I've got one joke left.
Okay.
Lay it on us.
You might appreciate this one.
Is it jolly?
I guess. The Stomping Land, a multiplayer survival game featuring dinosaurs, raised $100,000 during its Kickstarter. However, production appears to be defunct before it even launches. A freelance artist working on the project says he can't reach the developer who owes him money. Backers are complaining, saying, "Stomping Land, I've decided not to endorse your game." To which Stomping Land replies, "So have I." And then they drive away. And then it cuts to all of them on the helicopter, finally safe. And the music is all nice. And then the backers are looking out the window and watching these birds. And you're like, whoa, those used to be dinosaurs.
I think it's appropriate.
Jurassic
I
Park.
love it.
I had written something for
Oh,
this
How many
so
times
good.
do you think we've referenced Jurassic Park?
many
too many times. I had written-
Not enough times.
I had written something that was something to the effect of these people need to realize that they are now essentially paying the new Peter Molyneux tax.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I picked on Peter a lot. Picking on Pete.
Kickstarter is effectively the Peter Molyneux tax,
I
though.
was telling Kyle I got an update from a Kickstarter that I contributed to in 2011.
Yeah.
What is it, by the way?
It was for a film,
Oh, okay.
like a
Films on Kickstarter, I don't know.
B movie. But now that
either
they actually
they
gave
either
like
Slay It or they're
Blue
terrible.
Ruin was
they gave a
on
pretty valid
Zero.
update
Yeah.
and reason for why it hasn't come out, and then they said that
They got tired.
they've used it toward a different project.
Oh.
Is that allowed?
Well, I don't know, but it's a different project where they kind of just took their idea for their film and then made it into like a series, sort of, instead.
Okay.
Which is
All
maybe a
right.
more digestible
Yeah.
That's maybe all right.
form.
That's the thing. Like, yeah, I've backed so many games that like I get an email from them all of a sudden, and I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I backed that 100 years ago.
Kingdom
Completely forgot
Come
about that.
Deliverance.
What is that?
That is the Kickstarter of Kickstarters. This medieval, massive Braveheart style fighting political action RPG game coming out.
Really?
Coming out.
You just said everything. Come out, maybe.
What
There's a
year?
guy-
How long ago did you kickstart it?
It's like last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
It's from the guy who
kickstarted
did
games-
Mafia.
Oh, okay.
So I love
Okay.
Mafia a lot.
Like I've kickstarted games like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. At least some of them, like RimWorld is this one I kickstarted, and like every couple of months I get a new alpha build. He just emails it to me
Of RimWorld.
of RimWorld.
What is RimWorld?
It's like
what
Prison
the
Architect, but you're like people that crash land. They like are in escape pods or like colonists or whatever on some crazy outer rim planet, and
Okay.
you have to like build a society.
Sounds
It's really cool, but it's
intense.
really hard.
Yeah.
But that game's rad, and like that I'm cool with because I'm like I have no idea when this game has come out, but I just got Alpha 9 in my email, so I'm like okay.
cool.
And then like other stuff like Hard West or whatever, where I'm just like, is this even a thing anymore? What's the deal?
Hard West.
Yeah, games I
Hard 8.
forgot that I backed, like Blood Alloy. Forgot all about
So you
that.
backed
one.
a ton of games.
I for a while I was backing a lot of games. Now I kind of cooled off on it, but because they never come out.
The only time I got close to backing a game was Mighty Number 9, and I'm so happy I didn't.
Yeah, screw that.
That is an ugly, dumb game.
When they changed their art style, I was done.
Yeah.
Also,
You go from
Brent,
this awesome 2D anime style to clunky, uninspiring
So
3D.
if you bring that up in a
Ugh.
message board, everyone says that was clearly like concept art,
Yeah.
and it's like,
They didn't make that clear.
yeah, and they
At
did
all.
not try to achieve that. I understand what concept art is.
Yeah.
That's like that's your goal. You try to achieve that, and what we have now is nothing close to it.
my favorite. Speaking of Kickstarters, Strafe. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
That great commercial, hilarious commercial. But the best part is they have this thing where it's the concept art next to how it looks in the game, and it's like beautiful concept art rendered in thrilling high definition whatever. But it's like the game is purposefully made to look like Doom,
Yeah.
like the original Doom.
Oh, it looks
so like
awesome.
the concept art that they picked is like this hilarious like Blade Runner Star Wars style like super detailed like hallway.
Yeah.
And then they're like rendered in stunning HD, but it's just like a gray hallway. But like clearly it's to be a joke, you know, and you can like do the slider back and forth to like compare. It's so funny. Oh god, it was funny. I was like, all right, that's good.
So that's kind of a window into how we pitch jokes. We usually like have more.
We usually
because
write like
we
yeah,
have a show.
like
we have to
usually
write
you and I have, you and I usually write the most, like 20 a piece or something, and then like half and half get in, right?
Yeah,
and then
Bossy writes.
Bossy writes about this many, right?
6 usually.
6.
6 to 8.
Pick the stories that you like and go with it. I try to write a joke for like everything.
Yeah, I try to hit everything I can.
This week it's just been too nuts.
Jeez. But then maybe we'll close this out by talking about our new recommendation system. that
Oh,
we're
yeah.
Introducing to Mandatory Update.
We're getting rid of review scores on Mandatory Update. Not going to score things anymore. I know that was a big institution in the show.
And other websites, we're not copying Eurogamer.
We're not copying. We had this idea a while ago.
Yeah.
A
But instead we are
lot of
instituting
legal paperwork.
We're instituting the dad recommendation system. Mm-hmm. So I thought that I would maybe give you guys some games, and then you can also mention some games because I'm sure there are better ones. I just
Yeah.
jotted down a few, but and then kind of categorize them as either keep it away from your dad. That's the lowest rating.
Right.
Maybe the highest, depending on how you look at this.
Yeah. It's all very
That's
conceptual.
what's nice about it. That's
It's
why
a
it's
very
not a number
conceptual
scale.
system.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
a conceptual system.
It's just you and your dad.
Yeah.
So keep it away from your dad. Talk about it with your dad. Borrow it from your dad.
From your dad. Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Buy it for your dad.
Yeah.
Or play it with your dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Telltale Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I'd talk about that with my dad.
I would mention it to my dad.
Mention it in passing.
Passing
Yeah.
mention.
Passing
to
mention
dad.
to dad.
Passing mention
Yeah.
to dad. That's like a middle of the bottom two.
Yeah. I'm with that. I'm on board with that.
Passive mention.
Bloodborne.
Oh, I'd play that with my dad.
I'd play that with my dad.
I'd ask my dad about it.
Does he know about it? Maybe.
What is Dad? Should I play Bloodborne?
Yeah.
And then he'd say yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes some things you just gotta ask Dad.
So that's true. Got to run it by.
It's like, Dad, can I talk to you about something?
He goes, sure, son. You sit on the side of the bed. He shuts the door.
There's like there's a lot of like older boys at school who keep talking about this thing.
Sure, son.
They're talking about Bloodborne, and I was like,
I knew this conversation would happen someday.
is it bad? Is it?
Here's the thing, son. You know I love you.
Yeah.
No matter what you do. No matter what games you play.
Uh-huh.
And if you want to play Bloodborne, I'm with you 100%.
Okay, it's just, but like, I'm scared to play Bloodborne.
That's what it is to play Bloodborne.
Oh, such a touching moment between father and son.
Oh, William!
Life is Strange.
I would buy that for my dad.
Keep it away from Dad.
Yeah, he doesn't need it.
Yeah,
doesn't need that.
Dad
Dad
doesn't need that. Dad doesn't need that.
The Order, 1886.
I'd play that with my dad. That's a perfect game to play with my dad.
Yeah, I'd play that.
Explain it to my dad.
Okay.
Okay.
You basically say, well, Dad, you know what a movie is.
Yeah.
It's like that.
The Witcher 3. It's gonna get racy.
I would buy that for my dad because he deserves to play that in the comfy confines of his own room.
Deserves the
Alone.
best.
The Witcher seems like an alone game.
Yeah, he's got to play that one alone.
Okay.
An alone game, yeah.
Battlefield Hardline.
Avoid. I would
Keep it
not
away from Dad?
Keep it away from
Keep it away from Dad.
He'll tell him to watch Heat instead.
Yeah.
I'd show it to my dad.
You'd show it to him.
Yeah, there's some really good. What I really like about this game, there's some character behind it. Like 1 out of 1,000 reload animations is like a weird special one.
Really?
Yeah. So like depending on which gun you have, like if it's a pistol, like the reload animation, they'll just like flip it around and do weird stuff.
Oh.
But like for some guns, like this one's my favorite. You throw the gun out and a third hand comes in from the side and you grab a new gun from that new hand that just appears
Wait,
in front
is
of
this
you.
real?
This is real,
Yeah.
Does it take extra time? Like, could this screw you in gameplay?
It takes about the exact same amount of time, the animation. It's
So
like a
someone
hand
is
comes,
like
a third
handing
hand.
you, your partner or something is handing you.
It's definitely meant to be comedic. It's really weird there's a sudden hand right in front of you with a new
That's
gun.
amazing.
Yeah. One's like telepathy, one's like you suddenly have telepathic powers and you put a magazine in your gun.
What?
There's really cool, weird stuff.
That is
yeah.
really weird.
It's worth looking up.
Battlefield
Who are
Hardline.
these people?
Battlefield Hardline, yeah.
That's like when you're playing You Don't Know Jack. Sometimes they'll change the number thing.
Yeah,
My favorite
absolutely.
is 6 is a robot, and
Yeah.
then at the end the robot goes, I love you.
Yeah.
I also like number 9, when it goes strolling on a
9.
park with a sarsaparilla. For me, it's cloud 9, and then he like falls off the cliff.
Like, I think it's the exact same thing because reloads you watch 1,000
times.
And so once that one time it changes, it's
You're
really
looking
cool.
forward to it every
Yeah.
time.
But it's
It
like
makes reloading a treat.
Yeah.
cerebral imagery. You're like, wait, did I just see that?
Mm-hmm.
Did that just happen?
Cerebral imagery.
Cerebral messaging. What is it?
Subliminal?
Subliminal messaging.
Oh, okay, all right.
There you go. We got there.
We
Cerebral.
got it.
It's a
We'll put it
cerebral at the
together.
same
It's
time.
cerebral. It's cerebral.
Yeah, it's
Think about it.
in your mind.
What's next?
Persona 4.
It's a little too
I'd
hardcore.
talk about it with my dad.
I'd talk about it with my
I'd
dad.
explain it to my dad.
You got a big test coming up.
yeah.
You tell him you got a
Yeah.
big test coming up.
Dad, I gotta get my knowledge score up.
Yeah.
He's like the uncle. You gotta talk about it sometimes.
Octodad Dadliest Catch.
I'd buy that for my dad.
Play that with my dad.
He's not. No, that's
He's
keep
not
it away
touching
from
that.
Dad. Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
yeah?
give him any ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah. For all you know, your dad might be an octopus in disguise.
But he still loves you.
You buy it for
love
him
me.
and he gets all freaked
That
out.
game is like I wanted to love it. That's one of those indie games where it's like, man, I'm rooting for you. That's a bad game.
It was one that I was looking
Shots
forward
fired.
to.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it for a really long time, and then when it came out, I just didn't.
It's a novelty.
Didn't bother to buy it.
It's a novelty for sure.
Yeah. I think it's fun to like stream. If you got like
Absolutely.
5 people or something, but I don't know if it's fun to play.
It's cool co-op. Everyone gets
Yeah.
a hand or a tentacle.
Oh, yeah. We should do that. We should stream that.
We should
All right.
stream it. Let's do
I
it.
gotta pee. Let's stop
All
doing
right.
this now.
Well, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. We love you.
This is great. Thanks for being on.
Thanks for
Absolutely.
being on the
No
No problem.
cast.
That was fun.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Kyle, you gonna show us that shirt again?
Give us a
18.
spin.
Little 18 spin.
Oh.
And there you
It's
have it.
it's fit very well.
So long, true believers. It's like that's a little too Jewish.
He's more New York.
He's
than-
much
yeah.
more New York, but he's not always there. Man, that's hard. True believers. It's always truly exciting and then come back down to the creepiest, kookiest catacombs of New York City. Oh man, I'll get it. I'll get it someday.
Since you're still working on your impression, will you come back on Mandatory Update nights
With an
and
update.
show us what you've
Did
the
you-
progress you've
Did
made?
you guys
Yeah.
ever play Spider-Man Movie Maker?
Yes.
I
Yes.
loved
Once.
it.
Once I played that game.
So intense.
I played
Yes.
it all the time.
Yes.
And you can do
so
the voices.
good.
You can do the
yeah.
voices.
It was so good.
Yes.
Stream it.
I did it.
Oh my God! Can we stream
Yeah.
Spider-Man
Stream
Movie
it.
Maker?
There was no way that will run, and I never
Why
can do it right now.
not? We have to find
Did
a
you
way.
do voices too? You made
Oh,
animated
yeah.
short voices? Yeah, man, I loved it.
And you like everyone always
Passion.
you
Yeah.
always like
This is
shot
raw.
lasers at people and then like they just bled everywhere because
Yeah.
you just scribbled red on everything.
well, I never
Oh,
made anyone bleed because
God.
that's not Spider-Man.
Ours were really
it was,
gruesome.
it was Venom
Gruesome?
chasing,
Gruesome.
and I remember showing it to my parents at the end of the day, and I used.
Yeah.
You showed your dad.
I used showed it to my dad, and I remember Venom at the end says like, "To the contrary, Spider-Man, I'm chasing you." And my parents were so proud that I used "to the contrary."
That's all.
That's
Yeah.
worth being proud of.
That is our theme. Proud of.
When a 23-year-old man living at home with his parents uses that kind of language, you
phrase there,
need to
Kyle.
be proud.
Yeah. Well,
Hold on, when's your birthday? My dad was Steven Tyler.
Oh, yeah, okay.
thanks for watching.
Bye.
Oh, God, what a mess.